Hey Taurus, how are you? Welcome. Happy New Year. First Taurus reading of the new year. Not a whole lot going on in the cosmos. We are past the new moon in Capricorn. I did a reading for it, so if you missed it, you can look that up because we're kind of in the manifesting mode right now, and it's never too late to set some intentions. Not a whole lot else going on. Mercury is in his shadow phase, so he doesn't turn around till the 14th. We have a little bit of time, but do be paying attention to anything that comes up for you between now and then, as that will be the territory that he's going to go back over 2 more times. And that's with regard to communication, basically. It can also be about siblings, so FYI. So that's really it. I'm just going to jump right into the oracle. I started with Work Your Light oracle, and you got the card Play, right? Have fun, celebrate, don't be so serious. Yeah, jump in the champagne glass of life here, Taurus. Your spirit needs to have some fun, man. Okay, and I can relate. I'm an earth sign, so I totally get it. Now, here's the thing. The more you switch off your mind and just let loose, the more room spirit has to whisper and guide. And that leads to the second card that came from Priestess of Light. Now this is card 35, Clairvoyance, Inspiration, Interpretation, and Trust. And what this card is saying is let yourself be a trusted receiver of whatever messages, right? Through your sort of letting loose, letting go of your attachment to outcomes and form, which is very Taurian. You know, once you let loose and you become an open receiver for the messages of spirit, then you need to start to trust your intuition and your ability to interpret those messages accurately for yourself. So I love that for you. And then the final card from Sacred Destiny is Transformation. How perfect is that? This is a time of change, reinvention, and rebirth, Taurus, into a whole new being. Okay? So don't resist the change. You may feel it as we shift into the new year. You may feel it because we just got past the new moon. Things may be changing. There may be some shakeups. Don't resist what 2022 holds for you. And you will become, or you will do something completely different. So transformation isn't about taking something old and zhuzhing it up. It is about really total transformation. Caterpillar goes into the chrysalis and literally liquefies and comes out a butterfly. I know, it's not always comfortable, but it will be for your highest good. So see yourself as the butterfly. And if you're seeing butterflies, that is confirmation. Nice oracle. Let loose, have fun. Be an open, receptive channel for messages from spirit because they may be life-changing. I know. Let's see what's going on in your connection. The overall energy, there it is. Abundance. Whew. There's the achievement. That's worth celebrating. If this is where you're headed, that's worth celebrating. It's also about life partnership and legacy. So I'm going to keep it right there. So top row here is the past. Woo. Second row is the present energies coming through. And near future, what we're heading toward. Looks nice. Sure, 8 of Pentacles, head down, focused on solutions to problems. When I think about the past here, when I'm looking at this, I sort of feel as if you were losing hope a bit, right? Something sort of escape, like feeling like you were losing your grasp on something. Maybe you needed to head away, turn away from something that wasn't coming through as you had hoped or wished for. And it feels like what you were sort of wishing for was a return. The Knight of Wands can be Sagittarian energy. It can be that in and out and in and out as well. But sometimes what we really want is the in. We really want the person to return. And I'm kind of feeling like that was your wish in the past, and it may not have, you may have abandoned it. You may have abandoned that wish, or just it may not have panned out. It wasn't serving your highest good to continue to call that in. So it feels like on some level you may have just abandoned it, walked away from it. Now, in your present energy, King of Swords, You may be dealing with a King of Swords. This feels to me like somebody who may be a little bit cool, distant, aloof, or you cannot figure out what the heck they're thinking. All the kings have extra swords, so this is swords on swords. Mind going a million miles an hour, but nothing comes out. So they're kind of hard to read. And I'm only feeling that because what I'm seeing here is the transformation card with the Divine Feminine. This is one of your cards, Taurus. It's the Empress's Taurus and Libra. It's the card of Venus. And right now, let's just listen to me. Venus and Pluto are sort of holding hands. Venus is retrograde at the moment. I probably should have mentioned that at the top, but it's kind of going to be through the whole month of January, and we're pretty adjusted to it by now. But these two cards represent Venus and Pluto, Scorpio, and there's the Venusian energy of the Empress. So it's almost as if maybe things are coming up for you, possibly coming up for you with regard to your worthiness, how you give and receive love and the value that you feel is placed upon it, how much you are valued, how much you value others in matters of the heart. And there could be something changing here. And we'll take a look. I'm going to clarify, of course, the King of Swords, but this is somebody that's sort of distant from you or distant toward you. Going forward, right? Answering the call, judgment, second chances, forgiveness, moving to calmer waters. This is so beautiful. Getting beyond all the drama, all the turbulence of the past. And there is calling in this beautiful reciprocity, a relationship that feels more in balance. I love the 2 6s here. And it does feel like you're moving in this direction if you just kind of sort of focus on your own transformation. That's why you got this card. Focus on your own transformation, and I feel like you'll come through this with a much more enjoyable and almost gracious energy. There's generosity with that 6 of Pentacles, and it feels gracious to me. It feels like there's more grace built into the connection once you come through the other side. All right, so let's look at the 10 of Pentacles. I have a feeling something flipped over. All right, so Spirit's like, enough. This is your year, Taurus. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Okay, so it's all about your abundance, satisfaction here in 3D, completion, reaching final destinations, possibly life partnership. I want to look at the Star and the 8 of Cups in the past. It almost feels like a wish that you walked away from. Yeah. As it was coming out my mouth, it was like, don't. And then there it is. So yeah. 6 of Cups, 4 of Pentacles, 4 of Wands. This is definitely the twin, the past life soulmate here. And I'm feeling like there was just, the walls were too high. You couldn't break them down as much as you hoped that you could. Could be a little bit of healing as well. But this did not serve your highest good, or it sort of was a wish unfulfilled. And in that regard, I feel like you just kind of said, yeah, all right, I'm not going to rage against the machine here. I cannot break that wall down, no matter how much I wish for their return. I'm just going to let it go. So I almost feel like the 8 of Cups was not goodbye forever. It's like goodbye for now to this dream almost. Like it became too difficult to kind of keep focusing on it. Yeah, a lot of conflict here. I'm trying to move toward your own, trying to use your own passion and energy to move toward this connection, right? But it just was like, look at the facing off here. It's like, yeah, no, that's in conflict. It doesn't feel to me like the direction you were headed or wanting to head was fruitful. And so maybe in and out on your own dream there. Yes, more Sagittarian energy, sort of saying, well, if it's meant to be, it will be. I'm not going to rage against the machine. That is that 5 of Wands. Okay, so let's look at the King of Swords. Yeah, the King of Swords, present energy right now, wow. Very interesting. This person is sort of working through a lot of self-doubt, maybe overthinking the situation. They're trying to strategize a return. The Knight of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups. Now that means they may be coming towards you with an open heart, but they're doing so at a snail's pace. Super deliberate, taking their time. They're in no hurry here. The Knight of Pentacles is about being very intentional and methodical and deliberate. So that's kind of good. And I like that, like, you know, they're sort of traveling together. But what's underneath the deck is this Eight of Swords. And since the King of Swords is the ultimate strategist, I feel like this person doesn't, like, they have a, what I like to say, an affliction in their natal chart. They, have the skills, they have the abilities, but when it comes to opening their heart and moving towards love, they kind of get caught up in a prison of their own making. They don't trust themselves. Or what the potential outcome might be. They might be too hung up on that as well. So let's look at the Death card and the Empress. I feel like it's the transformation of the Divine Feminine here. Yes, Three of Swords. Hierophant, Taurus, there you are, and the King of Pentacles. Wow. I want to check something real quick. Give me just a quick second. Yeah. Okay, it was Aries, it wasn't you. I thought in another Taurian reading I had this King of Pentacles. I did not, my bad. So I feel like what's transforming here is possibly your beliefs around commitment. I love that you're showing up in your own reading here, and I love that there's a transformation. I sort of feel as if you're taking lemons and turning them into lemonade based on getting really clear on who you are at your core. What do you believe around conventional committed relationships? Now go back to Venus retrograde meeting up with Pluto. This is what you're working through. Constructs around how someone shows up for you. Beliefs about your worth and value. And when somebody values you, they are there for you. They show up for you. And I feel like there's something here where you've been disappointed. You've lost in love a lot. But something's transforming here for you. Got it? So you sort of have to let yourself pass through this transformation, this energy, this phase of sort of the letting go of the disappointment and staying true to yourself and knowing your own worth and value. And somehow in the process, not losing your unconditional love first for yourself. But I feel like you come through this, or you are moving through it now, and you're coming through it intact. And it's changing you on the other side of it. That's the whole point of that transformation card. You won't even look the same, right? Maybe even your whole demeanor, how you show up in the world yourself will be very different. Oh my gosh, this feels so good. Going forward, Judgment. Lots of healing. Look at this. Wow, wow, wow. Yeah, I mean, I feel like you're going to come back to a sense of balance and integration. Look at that. I mean, balance and integration. You've got the Judgment card twice with healing in the middle. Forgiveness. This is about forgiveness. This is almost, to me, feels like what you're going to be working through in the full moon coming up in 2 weeks. Forgiveness. You know, and being open to second chances and answering the call. It's your second chance, Taurus. Like, forget the connection. I mean, it's there, and there's potential there because these cards here do represent reunion and can be about reunion. But regardless of that, This is your second chance. You're kind of going to shift your whole way of being, as I said, and you may even just your whole demeanor and the way you approach life more integrated from everything you've been through, all the disappointments and setbacks. But I do feel there's a release here, right? What are you moving away from? You're moving away from disappointment, turbulence, the choppy waters of life. Wow. Let me do the Six of Pentacles too, and then I'll give you both of it. Wow. So I'm feeling as if on some level, this has been a long time coming. There's been this albatross around your neck here, Taurus. You're sort of offloading all the heaviness of it all, the negative karma that's underneath the deck. From the top of the deck, Six of Swords, Temperance, and the King of Cups. Everything eventually comes into flow. If you're patient, it all comes into flow and balance. And the Six of Swords represents the flow, represents something calmer here with this King of Cups energy. Can be Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, but it can also just represent the keeper of your heart, the one you love. It can also be speaking about emotional availability, right? Because I'm seeing someone here, King of Swords, like trying to move toward love, trying to be more open, coming from their heart with nothing to hide, like wearing it on their sleeve, as the phrase goes, but they keep getting in their own way. That's why you're just going to focus on you and your own transformation and all that release, right? Play. Don't be so serious. Let it go. Give it all over. And something starts to happen for you, and maybe your own, you know, there's more emotional availability coming towards you. You're moving away from all that pent-up energy. So yeah, I mean, and then there's the release. So I do feel I'm seeing some full moon action here in the future. And I will tell you, it has been a long time coming to get to this place where you're feeling that equal give and take, the reciprocity, some measure of generosity and grace, because you've sort of struggled here on your last legs of tolerance and pretty okay with yourself. If you end up being on your own, Nine of Pentacles is the single person in the tarot, that's okay, because you can attract to you whatever you desire. You'll be okay. You'll be fine on your own. And I'm seeing here underneath is the Hermit, because you're wiser now. It has been a solitary journey. This is under the deck. It's not a leading card, so it's there in your psyche. I've been through this. I can continue on my own. Haven't given up on something more gracious and more benevolent, and this person coming toward me and me going toward them, and the two of us sort of having an even exchange. It's not that you've given up on it, it's that you don't need it to feel secure within yourself. Nine of Pentacles, very empowered. And it's because you've been there, you've done a lot of the hard work. So Taurus, it looks pretty good. The extended is all going to be from this person's perspective, whoever it is that I'm talking about for you, and sort of what's their overall energy and how are they seeing this situation presently, what's unfolding for them, how do they feel about you, what are their intentions going forward, and I'll do some more oracle for you, but I'll get you a message from the universe. But I want to tell you who showed up, because there's a lot of energy here. We have Aquarius and the Star, Sagittarius twice here with the Knight of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius in the King of Swords, Scorpio in the Death card, Taurus, there you are, in the Hierophant, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn in the King of Pentacles, the Empress is Taurus and Libra. So you're showing up here presently very strong. Even if this person can't get it together, you're going to be fine. Scorpio twice here. You could be dealing with a Scorpio. In the Judgment card, Justice is Libra. Temperance is more Sagittarius. Could be dealing with a Sag or have a lot of that in your chart. King of Cups, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. The Nine of Pentacles is Virgo energy, as is the Hermit. So, yeah, you've learned a lot. Now, this card on the bottom is interesting because in the New Moon in Capricorn reading, this card presented the challenge, and that's why I titled it Rising Above the Lore of the Past patterns and behaviors and right? Karmic energy that just kind of sucks you back in, and it landed on the Fool. So, you know, there's like lots of newness coming. You're moving in a new direction. You will come through it totally changed. Don't let yourself be lured into past patterns and behaviors. Keep moving forward. That's my message for you today, Taurus. The link to the extended is on the other side, is in the description box. I will be on the other side is what I meant to say. To see you there, we'll walk through it together. Otherwise, take care, and I'll see you in a future reading. Bye for now.